If you want to enhance your drone footage to get a little bit more out of it, here are 3 hidden features in DaVinci Resolve that you can use, so let's jump right in. So the first thing that you can do if you have a drone shot like this, which is already pretty cool, but you had to crank the shutter speed and the motion looks a little bit too sharp. So if you can see when the drone is passing here, for the speed the drone is flying, this is way too sharp. But what we can do is go into the color page and create a new node. Let's just call it M blur. And here under the motion effects, we can crank up the motion blur. I crank it up all the way to show you what it's doing. So now you can see a real difference, but obviously it's way too much and we have to dial it back. I find the value between 20 and 30 is often really good. So let's try 30 first. And as you can see, it looks way smoother now. And if I lock the frame right here and turn it off and turn it on, you can really see the difference in the motion. So yeah. So the second feature that you can use is the feature between tracking and speed ramping. So we have this drone shot right here, which is looking pretty cool, but it's obviously a little bit too slow. And we want to speed ramp this so that it starts fast and then it slows down. And to get a perfect result, we can use Fusion and type in tracker. Select the tracker, and now we have the IntelliTrack right here. So let's find somewhere in the frame that's somewhere in the middle, has a lot of contrast and is not moving too much. I think probably somewhere over here. And now we can just let the tracker do its thing. Okay, and after the tracking is completed, we can go into Operation, Match Move, then choose Background Only, choose Mirror, so we don't have black parts in the frame when the tracker moves the image around. So now it's really locked in and really stable. So let's go back into the edit page and now open the retime curve. And now we can choose where we want it to slow down, probably somewhere over here. Just at a point, click here to smooth the keyframe, and now we can just crank it up. And if you want to crank it up even more, you can change like the scale of the retime curve over here and just crank it up even more. And now the shot is looking a little bit more interesting, but we have the same problem as in the example before, like the motion in the beginning is way too sharp. And what you can do, you can also apply motion blur in the edit page, but there's also another way to do it with a plugin called RSMB, and apply it to the clip. And now we can use this plugin to get a little bit more motion blur into it, so we can keyframe it actually. So turn it all the way up and then go into here and turn it down to 0.5. And now after the preview is rendered, you can see there's this motion blur at the beginning and then it kind of fades out. And if you have a clip where the edges of the mirror effect show up now because of the stabilization of the tracker, you can just zoom in a little bit, or what I like to do is to add a adjustment clip on top of it and then just zoom it in a little bit. You can also do this inside the Fusion page, but I like to do it in the edit page, so I have all the control in the edit page when I'm doing the edit. And the third feature that you can use if you have a drone shot like this, which has a little bit of movement, but you want to add even more, you can do this with the dynamic zoom feature, which you can activate right here. But I think it's a little bit complicated to copy the same effect onto other clips. So what I like to do, let's reset it. I like to use the adjustment clip, just like in the example before, and then let me deactivate this first. And then you can keyframe the start, and let's say you want to keyframe zoom in. Just zoom in like this, and now you have like pretty much a linear response, so the zoom is like continually going from start to finish. But the cool thing is, if you did like this, you can open the curve and go here under zoom, and then let's say smooth this out a little bit, and smooth it out here a little bit, and now you can create like your own speed. Maybe you want it to start a little bit faster and then slow down. So you have it like this, it starts a little bit faster and then it slows down with the zooming. And if you're done and you're happy with the effect, you can easily just drag it and drop it and paste it onto another shot, and you have the same zoom on a different clip, which is, in my opinion, a little bit faster than doing it with the dynamic zoom. Okay, so that's it for now. Let me know in the comments below which feature you liked the most.